There was a gentleman who was arrested outside of a strip club, and he brought his 2 children to the strip club. He left them in the car, though. I mean, I guess theoretically he was trying to be a responsible parent. And he left the 2 children in the car. One of them I know was a baby, and I believe that the other one was, I believe, 4 or something like that. And they had gotten some complaints, called the police. The gentleman came out. I'm using the word gentleman loosely, clearly. The gentleman came out, and he tried to say that he was inside visiting his wife, who was a dancer at the strip club. He just needed to go in and tell her something. He had only been in and out for about 4 minutes. That's what he told them. They found out that the children had been left in the car for at least 25 minutes, and that his wife did not work there at all. In fact, after he was arrested, it was his wife that found out about this situation and came to pick him up from jail. And I'm wondering whether or not we could explore the possibility of combining 2 tremendous industries, one being the strip club industry and the other one being the daycare center industry. And that, that's the entrepreneurial spirit in Sir Darryl that desires that. We could combine these 2 realities. And I think it would really be cool that if you walked into a strip club, just go with me here. You walk into a strip club, and to your right is the entrance to see the strippers. And you know how you can, not that I've ever been to one, but you know how you can kind of see what's happening beyond that little door right before they check your ID or make you pay the fee or whatever it is that's going to happen at that point. So you're seeing that. And then right to the left is the entrance to the daycare center. I just honestly believe this is a gold mine. And why people aren't picking up on this, I don't know. And you could even charge a nice amount of money. I really, to be very honest, say, make the daycare center free, because that's going to bring in more of the fathers. Make the daycare center free. Bring the fathers in. Allow them to put their child in a healthy environment so that their children are cared for. They're not left in cars. They have everything that they need. They've got their toys. They've got their videos. I guess, though, that you would need to make sure, like, I guess if you have a daycare center on one side, strip club on the other side, you need to make sure that the paraphernalia of the 2 never get mixed up. I guess it's not going to be a huge deal if something from the daycare center kind of finds its way over into the strip club, but it's going to be a humongous deal if something from the strip club finds its way over to the daycare center. For instance, one of the videotapes, that is. One of the DVDs, a learning manual, a learning utensil. And if one of the children somehow escapes from the daycare centers and then wanders into the strip club, there also could be hell to pay. So you probably are going to need a security guard. Yeah, maybe you do need to charge for the daycare center because this might get expensive. You're going to need a security guard somehow in between the 2 areas to tackle any potential child that tries to go from area A to area B. And there needs to be huge and clear signs. One of them with a baby on it, the other with a larger adult. And I guess you could also get confused sometimes. Like, say, theoretically, if a midget were to come in, or a dwarf, and you see the size of the gentleman, and then just naturally assume, oh, wow, this gentleman belongs over here with the little children, and you pick them up, and you know how you do with little kids. You pick them up, you put them on your hip, and you start walking with them, and you go on your way. But then this being that you thought was a child starts using profane language at you, and then you're wondering, well, this child is not going to be a good child. Do I actually keep them? Where's his father? And then he has to tell you, it's not about me having a father. I'm 27 years old. Not that I've ever seen this happen. I'm using the theoretical things of what could happen so that we can work this out on air before we actually go into it, because that's really what this show is all about. Taking the social problems of the day, coming up with solutions to those social problems, fixing them before the solution ever manifests itself, and then continuing on from there. Cultivating the idea, nourishing the idea, growing the idea. That's what we do here. So, it doesn't look like anyone has ever thought of this. As of right now, it looks like I'm the first. And being that I'm the first, I probably need to trademark this idea.
Hey, this is Jessica. How can I help you?
Hey, Jessica, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I kind of have an idea on something that I wanted to trademark, but I'm really new at this, and I'm wondering, can you legally trademark an idea or a concept?
You mean like a brand name?
Not a brand name.
Is it an idea for a brand name?
No, an idea for for instance, what I'm looking to do, I don't know whether or not you've heard a lot about the people that have been arrested when they visit like adult clubs or strip clubs, and they bring their children and they leave them like in the car. I'm looking to trademark the concept of combining a adult club with a daycare center. I believe this is a brilliant idea that I've never heard before, where the daycare center is actually right inside. But before I start talking to too many people about this, I think that concept should be trademarked, because I strongly believe that if someone hears this concept, they're going to just take it and run with it, and I won't get any credit. Like, does it matter what the logo is? Because I'm thinking about a logo of a dancer and then a baby like on the side, and I'm wondering whether or not, do I have to get a permission or approval for someone to say what's decent and what's not?
They're going to examine your mark when it gets to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. So if you have a logo that you want trademarked, then we can help you file that. And then the examining attorney at the United States Patent and Trademark Office is going to let us know whether or not it's clear for registration or not.
Okay, and does he look at it and determine based off of any sense of morality or anything like that?
There's different refusals that you could receive. If you want to know, you'd probably want to do a search through us first before you invest in filing fees that might get denied. If you provide your logo to us, I'd have the attorney review it for all potential refusals. It's $2.99 to do a comprehensive search.
Yeah, that's no problem at all.
Yeah, and then you would know whether or not it's likely to register or not.
Okay.
Prior to investing in filing.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. And last question. I know that like a lot of times when you're dealing with government agencies, when you send an application in, if you send it with if it's padded a little bit, like with a little extra funds, sometimes that kind of helps with the registration. With the patent office, would anything like that even play out? Would it help at all?
What do you mean? Because are you talking about the goods and services that you're filing for?
I'm saying that when you send in your application, if you literally drop a couple of extra $100 in the envelope, would that go longer or further?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, they don't do that. It's all electronic, so they don't allow us to put in additional fees or anything. You just kind of have to
just
submit the money and then wait until it gets through the examination.
By the way, in the times that you've been doing this, have you heard of anyone opening up a strip club with a daycare center in it? Have you heard of anyone getting the jump start on this concept?
As far as my clients have gone, I don't know any. I haven't had anyone with that potential goods and services come to me, so I don't know about the overall industry, but that's not one that I've heard of myself through trademark.
Do you think it's a good idea, or are you even allowed to say that?
I'm not much sure about the industry itself, but
I mean, it would stop and it would help a lot. It would help out in a lot, because a lot of people are irresponsible with their children, and when they go to places like this, they don't leave their children in the best place. And if we had an environment where we could literally take care of your children while you are enjoying the show, the children would remain safe. They wouldn't be in a car.
Right.
They wouldn't be at home or anything like that. That's kind of my idea, like the
Right.
concept that I'm going with.
Now, just to let you know, we do know a patent attorney that we refer our clients to. We do the trademarks, and the other attorney does the patents for a lot of our clients.
Oh, wow.
Who might be able to give you some more information about the actual concept.
Okay.
So, do you want me to give you his information?
Well, when I'm ready for that, I'll give you a call back.
Okay.
And I'll just ask for Jessica.
I'll be happy to give it to you if you need it.
Thank you so much, Jessica. You have been wonderful.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Well, and Jessica seemed to think that my idea was either she thought that I had a decent idea, or she didn't want to tell me that she didn't think that I had a decent idea. But I honestly believe that this is an amazing concept.